Hey everybody, it's Drew from Como Comic Books. In this video, you get to come along with us for the first collection buying trip of 2021. Let's check it out. "2021 has started off with a bang. Just a few weeks into the year, the phone started ringing and I was able to connect with an individual who was looking to sell his comic collection from back when he was in college. As luck would have it, the time period this gentleman was collecting in has a lot of collectible comics in it. I was very excited to look at this collection, so let's go ahead and check out the footage. Hey guys, it's Drew with Como Comics. I am on the road right now, off to check out the first collection of the year. It's not a real big one, but it should have a couple decent books. So I am heading to the seller's house right now. Thought I'd document the process and upload this video for you guys. Thought it might be something a little different you might enjoy. The interesting thing with this, it's only about a 200 book collection. I know what approximately 150 of those books are based off of a list the seller sent. The interesting part is there's 25% of the collection that was just listed as miscellaneous, so that could either be good stuff or it could be a bunch of junk. We're about to find out. Just left the seller's house. It was a successful trip. I've got 2 boxes of 80s goodness in the back. When I get back to the house, I'll go ahead and give you a peek at what we were able to pick up today. It's really snowy out here today. It's a good looking winter Missouri day, but I'm excited to get back to the house and to dive into these boxes to show you all what I picked up. All right, so we are back at the house. I'm going to start going through this box. Starting off, you can see we've got a little bit of Daredevil action. The good thing about this collection, all the books were in bags. They were stored in bankers boxes. Not the most absolutely ideal way to store these books, but compared to some of the collections I see, this really wasn't bad at all. Fortunately, with the Daredevil run, it started right after some of the best stuff. Yeah, I mean, 184 is there, 200 is a cool cover. There was no 168, which is really popular right now with the current state of Daredevil. Moving on to Fantastic Four. I feel like this is a run of Fantastic Four I find all the time. There's some cool issues in there, nothing particularly valuable. Still, these are nice high-grade collectible copies. One first appearance of note in this FF run is issue 244, features the first appearance of Frankie Ray. She becomes the second Nova and eventually goes on to become a Herald of Galactus. That book was in there, so that was cool to find. Like I said, there's not really a lot true value-wise that goes on in this run. It was a very popular issue or series at the time. But hey, now we got some Silver Age Spider-Man. This was the only issue that was ASM 63. It's the only issue in this collection the original owner said he purchased that was a back issue. Everything else he bought day of release. Here's a personal favorite story of mine. If you don't have Amazing Spider-Man 229 and 230 in your collection, the Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut storyline is really, really good. I definitely recommend it. So here's a big book. We got Amazing Spider-Man 238 and it's a newsstand edition. So that was very cool to find. Working our way up through the 240s on Spider-Man. I love some of these Hobgoblin stories and covers. And now the question is, oh, looky there. ASM 252. Newsstand. Unfortunately, that issue was not a newsstand copy, but it's still really clean. I was excited to pick it up. We got First Puma, ASM 256, 258. Well, 257 and 258 were out of order. That was unusual, but 257 is getting a lot of attention right now because it's the first appearance of Ned Leeds as the Hobgoblin. 263, we got the first Normie Osborn, which is an issue that picked up in the last couple years. 265, the first appearance of Silver Sable. we just kind of keep ticking higher and higher. Unfortunately, the ASM run stops in the 280s, so we miss out on things like Kraven's Last Hunt. Obviously, no 300, so no first appearance of Venom. That's a bummer, but that's the way it happens. We do, however, have this nice newsstand copy of Star Wars 81 that'll appeal to all the Boba Fett fans out there. This is a nice run of Star Wars. It's later in the series. They're all really high grade. Actually got duplicates of that one. One's a newsstand. The other is, look there, direct. So we got both copies. Make everybody happy with that. Got a little first appearance action. I was happy to see the Star Wars. For some reason, that's not a title I find a lot of. And of course, the way the market is right now, anything that's remotely related to Star Wars in the comic book world is just seemingly on fire. I do like this cover. One random Return of the Jedi, and now we're off into the X-Men. Again, we start just a little bit late on this run. 155 was the earliest issue, but still there's some cool books in this run. This is also another run I pick up all the time. X-Men, by the time Byrne and Claremont and Austin really got established, was hands down one of the most popular series. Hey, welcome to the X-Men, Rogue. X-Men was just super popular. Everybody was buying it. And if you're out there buying collections, at least in this area, it's obvious. I cannot tell you how many copies of most of these issues I have in my back stock right now. The cool thing with these particular issues, as with most of the rest of the collection, a lot of these are newsstands. And newsstands are getting hot. We got the first Firestar in continuity. It's always fun. I like that Nimrod cover I just passed by. Unfortunately, there is no 201 in this collection, which is a personal favorite of mine. I've always enjoyed that story. You have the anniversary cover there. Who's collecting the Marvel anniversary covers? That can be a tough thing to track down, especially you get into like the Muppet Babies and some of the Star Comics issues. Those can be really tough. But now we're on to the Avengers. Unfortunately, there was no 223, which is that classic Hawkeye and Ant-Man cover. Pretty solid run other than that. So I was a little disappointed that one wasn't there. And as with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, this early 200s Avengers run is exceptionally common in the area as well. I have 2, 3, 4 or more copies, nearly every one of these issues in my inventory at any given time. It's just it's the price you pay to play the game. Something just caught my eye. There you go. Any Nebula fans out there? Always like finding those. And just a few more random Avengers issues. I won't make you go through the other box with me. Let's go ahead and check out the highlights. We're back here in the grading room, and I've got the 4 best books out of the collection I just picked up. You saw a couple of them as I was flipping through that box, but now I want to take a second and go over them in a little more detail. On my right, doesn't need much of an introduction. It's Amazing Spider-Man 238. It is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin. This particular issue is very nice. It has the tattoos. It's a newsstand copy. It may be the best copy of this book that I've ever owned. So super excited to pick this guy up. Over here, A book that's also really hot right now, Amazing Spider-Man 252. It's the first appearance of the black costume in Amazing Spider-Man. It is an Amazing Fantasy 15 cover swipe, and this issue is also really, really nice. Despite they're from the same collection and there were a ton of newsstand copies in this collection, the ASM 252 is not a newsstand copy. It's still really nice though. It's got a slight spine roll. With a press, this book could be pretty high grade, so I'm excited to pick it up. Next book I'm gonna put up, Star Wars number 81. This issue is again a newsstand copy. It features the first original Boba Fett story after he escapes from the Sarlacc pit. Up to this point, all of his appearances in the title had been movie adaptations, so this is the first time you actually get a little extra Boba Fett beyond what you just seen on screen. This book's heating up quite a bit right now, as with most things Star Wars, so excited to add this one into the inventory, and I don't expect it to be around too long. People love their Boba Fett. And the last issue I'm going to cover today, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. This is a direct copy, so it's not a newsstand edition. Again, it's a pretty nice copy. Not the best I've ever owned, but it's up there. There's no doubt a collector will be very happy with it in their collection. So excited to have it. I'm trying to decide right now if and how many of these books I'm going to send to CGC. So once I make that decision, I'll let you guys know. I do have a few higher end books that are ahead of some of these on the list, such as a Tomb of Dracula 10, a special Marvel Edition 15, and a few others. This video is a little different format wise from the content you're used to seeing on the channel, but I hope you enjoyed going on the road with us as we found this collection and were able to seal the deal. I know our customers will appreciate having these books added into our inventory, as there's a lot of affordable but really desirable books that we're adding into the inventory with this pickup. So I was very happy to get the call. It was a great start to the new year, and as luck would have it, this was the first of many. I was fortunate enough to go out and buy a new collection every Saturday for 3 Saturdays running. This is the only one where I took the camera along, but I can tell you we definitely picked up some cool stuff. Some of those you may have seen on our Instagram. Most of it I haven't really made public yet. If you don't currently follow us on Instagram, you might pop over there and give us a follow. Some of these books are going to show up in our feed sooner or later. That's gonna wrap this video up. I hope you're all having a great 2021. I know it's just starting, but happy hunting out there. Collect responsibly, and we will see you in the next video.